Hey, what's up, everybody? This is a episode of what I'm doing right now and Insider Tie, so it's like all in one, but it's a pretty important one, primarily because I saw this great article by I hate to mispronounce her name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. And I'm probably going to screw it up, but Shelley Banjo, and she's with Bloomberg, and she writes. She's a great writer, by the way. So if you're on Twitter, follow her because she posts information about um, sportswear and small business. And this morning, she wrote an article with a prediction, and that prediction was that Amazon's going to get ready to drop Zappos, and it hit home with me in a serious way. And what I did was I was like, man, you know what? I have to share this. So I started writing an article, and I realized that I can sit here and write this article, but my words won't really convey exactly what I'm trying to say so that you understand what is going on here. So this is going to be a longer episode. It's not going to be 5 minutes or so. It may be about 6 minutes. And this is the thing. In her article, she goes into detail about how Amazon basically is doing this kind of purging thing with businesses that are no longer performing as well as they did. So she talks about, you know, Zappos being acquired in 2009 because Amazon did not have the capability to sell footwear. All right. So right around 2009, 2010 was when I launched my online shop. And I moved my online shop from eBay to Amazon. Um, Actually, in 2011 was when I moved it. I was on eBay before that. Now I'm kind of rambling, but it's really important stuff, man. And this is the thing. Zappos only makes up a fraction of income for Amazon, so they're no longer uh, a substantial amount of income. And what she's saying is they're going to churn and burn. They're going to basically get ready to drop Zappos. But this is why it hit home for me. Um, I'm going to show you guys. Now, I'm doing this on the fly. This is not scripted. I'm not trying to figure things out. I'm trying to figure it out as I talk. But I'm going to show you something here. And this is the inside of my dashboard on Amazon, right? So I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you something. You'll notice it says zeros all the way across, zero, zero. I still have really good feedback, but you'll notice 30 days, zero. I literally quit Amazon cold turkey. And there's a reason for it. Over the last couple of years, Amazon has stopped basically um, giving us feedback as sellers in regard to certain items. Now, they did create this selling coach and growth where they give you different information, but it's really kind of surface because what I started to realize is that Amazon's carrying a lot of the products that we've been selling as footwear guys. They're carrying that product Amazon Prime now. So it's a Prime item. That means it's in their warehouses. Now, a lot of people are sending their product into Amazon. But this is what everybody's failing to understand. Amazon takes 15% of everything when you sell on their platform, all right? So when I go to business reports and we look at how much money I made over the course of, let's say, 2 years, I think, you have to get an understanding of what I'm saying and what I really gave up by leaving the platform. So I'm sorry about rambling, man, but this stuff is really important, and I'm trying to figure out how to explain it so you'll get what I'm saying. So I'm going to go back to May 2015, and you'll notice down here May 2015. $482,000 until now. Now, I haven't sold really anything this year. So if we're talking May 2015, we're talking May 2015 to December 2016, which is about a year and a half. So we're looking at close to $500,000. This is what I left behind by quitting Amazon. Now, obviously, the first thing you're going to say is, man, you're stupid. You shouldn't have done that. But this is the problem. My profit margin was 30%. All right. So I had a 30% profit margin. I lose 15% to Amazon right off the top, which means that I'm only profiting 15%. Now, here inside of the Amazon system, you'll see returns. Now, you won't see any returns here, but if I go back and I say last 365 days for returns, let's see if it actually works. We'll go date range, status of returns. Let's see, oldest to newest, 365 days. Let's see if it works and see if I get anything. It's not going to show up because I'm not selling anymore. So I wish I could show you that. Oh, you know what? Completed. Return authorized 352 days ago. So here we go. So we do have 352 days ago, and we're going to go down this list. And what you'll see is how many products per page. 10 per page. Let's go 50 per page. Right? And we have 50 per page. And this gives us 2 pages, so basically 92 items. Now, this isn't quite accurate in, the way I'm presenting it, because it's really hard to gauge, because I got 3 months here that are not accounted for within these 352 days. So we're only talking about 9 months, but you're talking 92 items that return. What had begun to happen on Amazon was people were getting shoes and they would just send the shoes back, and they would be really expensive orders. And you would start getting, if I sold 10 pair of shoes, I get 3 shoes back, and then I would have to resell those shoes. But you're talking about losing 15%. And then what happened was Amazon decided to force the stores to, let's see if I can find this here. Campaigns, help, settings. What I want to find is cases. And here's a case log. Now, I submitted a case log. Gosh, when was this? Right around January 24th. February 20th is one right here, but it's actually, you can see here, I'm in January, I'm like switch payment plan, and I'm trying to change things, and there's A to Z. Well, right around in December, I started doing these account inquiries because my entire store disappeared, was gone. That means over 500 products that I had in stock inside of my inventory just completely disappeared, and no one knew what was wrong with it. And when I would go in here, what would happen was the product would show up as active, but it wasn't really active. Amazon had literally blocked it because I didn't have my settings set up. My shipping settings were not set up under free shipping. They were set up under a default, but the default was actually free economy. They wanted it to be under free shipping as a default all the time. But more importantly, anything that was $35 or more had to have free shipping, and it didn't matter where it was going. So it could be going international, or it could be going to a state right next door, but it had to have free shipping. So now what you're doing is you're in a position where you're not going to make anything on your shipping. You're losing 15%. If your profit margin is 30%, if you're also losing shipping, you're at about 18 to 20%. That means that I was making a 10% profit on anything that I sold. It was no longer, and if I'm making 10% and I'm getting 92 returns, or basically 3 returns every 10 pair of shoes, it doesn't make any sense for me to remain on that platform. So I completely pulled myself off of the platform, even though it looks like I was making $500,000 a year. Now, to get back to what Shelley wrote in the article, that Zappos is going to be dropped off. Well, this is the thing. When I say Amazon is a parasite, what Amazon is doing is creating what are basically private labels. All right. Now, on my website, I think I wrote something about Amazon private labels. So I'm doing all of this real time so you can see it. But all right, I wrote this article, and I don't think a lot of people read it. They didn't even pay attention to it. I think it probably got 1 share, and that's it. But nobody paid attention to it, and they really should have, because it's what's happening with everything. There are a host of clothing. If you look at this and you say, oh man, that looks like a Nike jacket, it's not. It's an Amazon brand. So Amazon has like 7 different trademark brands that are selling through their e-commerce site. which means that they're now literally taking all of the fashion sales that are coming through the website and putting it back into their company. If you start a company and you're selling something and you're doing really well, Amazon can mine your data and take your information and create the exact same product.